Welcome back to Autism at Home. This is Unit 28 and it's all about food challenges when it comes to children with autism. I'm Jochebed Isaacs and I hope you're ready to dive into Lesson 3 of this series, which is actually on increasing food choices in the natural environment. Now we know that many children on the autism spectrum may have limited foods that they're willing to eat. In fact, possibly almost 70% of children on the spectrum are described as picky eaters. Therefore, we can use a very structured approach, a formal approach to increasing food tolerances, or we could start with a more naturalized approach, which is just through gradual exposure throughout the day. There are countless activities and methods that parents can implement to expose their children to new and unfamiliar foods. And so before we begin, do share with us in the comment section below the different strategies you have tried with your kiddos. Firstly, having different food options out. Now, one of the best times to expose children to new foods would be during, yes, that's right, meal times or snack times. We would want to try to have a variety of options on the table just laid out, which include, of course, your child's preferred food, but also a couple of other choices. For example, if it's snack time, you could have a few options of other snacks laid out on the plate, and you could model, I'm going to try something different, and point to the different food items. Perhaps you could label them, and then you could pick one up and take a small bite and respond, this is delicious. I'm glad I tried something new. Now, your child may or may not try the different food items, but they're getting exposed firstly to something different. And if this is consistent each time, at some point, they may suddenly touch the new food, smell it, perhaps even lick it and realize they like it. But there's totally no pressure on them. Just gradual exposure. But if your child does try a new food, do remember to immediately pair with a strong reinforcer. In line with this would also be to demonstrate trying each other's food, especially when at a restaurant and you could model, something new, I like it. Secondly is making meal times fun. There are plenty of ideas on the internet, particularly Pinterest, about making meals with children fun. From using food cutters that can create different fun-shaped food, to decorating the food to look like faces or sceneries, or even using special food picks and decorative items to make it fun and more interesting. These days, bento boxes are very popular as well and can encourage different types of foods. And of course, using themed cutlery. So if your child likes a certain cartoon character, you could order them a themed plate, a bowl, a cup, and even a fork and spoon. In a way, this may help a child to be more motivated, but it also takes away from the stress of trying something new. This could be applied to sandwiches, pancakes, even rice. Thirdly, involve your child in food preparation. A different set of tips and ideas would be to involve your child in food preparation. Now, this does not need to be complicated and not dangerous either, but really age-appropriate activities such as maybe making watermelon popsicles. All you need is some watermelon, a blender, and an ice cream mold which usually has the sticks already. A child could just help to put the chopped watermelon into the blender and help with turning on the blender. And then once the adults have poured the watermelon juice into the mold, the child could just put the popsicle sticks in. Then you pop it into the freezer and it's something exciting to wait for. Cereal and milk. All you need is a plastic bowl, cereal and milk. A child could help with scooping the cereal into the bowl and even pouring the milk over with some help. Now, if your child is already at the stage of eating a bit of sugar, your child could help to put some sprinkles over their cereal. Makes it a little bit more fun. Bread and toppings or spreads. This is super easy with just some bread and a preferred spread and a plastic knife. We could get our kiddos involved in spreading the butter or Nutella on their toast. Additionally, could be involving your child in mixing the batter, be it for pancakes or cookies or muffins, which essentially is pouring in the pre-measured ingredients and doing some mixing before the adult can bake it. You could even get your child involved in doing the dough portion, be it using the cookie cutters to cut out the cookies or rolling the dough to make pizzas. I mean, these are just some ideas. There are tons on the internet, be it Pinterest or YouTube. And of course, you'll need to choose accordingly, not only to your child's age, but also level of cooperation and fine motor coordination. Remember, we need to try to make it as easy and successful as possible for our kiddos. Introducing new foods by themes. We love themes because they are a great way to get creative, even for not so creative people and most of all busy parents. Having a theme provides different options, but it may work better for more high-functioning children on the spectrum who have a bit more language and understanding. Some examples of fun themes could be either foods by color, so it could be something fun like yellow food, green food, red or orange food. Different types of cuisine or nationality. For example, finding out about Japan and the type of food they eat, or Chinese food, Indian food, and the list goes on. Then of course, you could do a nutrition-based theme. So having a fruit day and learning all about fruits, shopping for the fruits, eating from a fruit platter. This could expose your child to a few different new fruits and hopefully they're willing to try some. Food play. Now this is a different idea to expose your child to new foods through fun play activities, essentially food play. This is one of most children's favorite pretend play, be it cutting foods, pretending to cook, having a little pretend play kitchen. In essence, in Malaysia, we call it masak-masak. And an important tip to help you achieve your goal of food exposure to your child is to always label the food items. For instance, you're hoping for your child to start eating fruits in the near future. So when you play with him, you can be more intentional with labeling some of them to your child. Like, wow, grapes, so delicious. Banana, munch, munch, munch. Yes, banana. And well, you kind of get the idea. And hopefully, the more your child hears the words, the more exposure, the more familiarity they have with the different foods, hopefully the higher the likelihood of them trying them out. Play-Doh would be a great solution too. You could use Play-Doh molds to make patterns of the different food you would like your child to eventually eat. Encourage your child to pretend to eat them by modeling the action to your child and having a positive reaction thereafter. This could help them build a positive association with that food. Now it's your turn. Of the tips we just shared, which one stands out to you as the easiest to implement? And you're like, yes, we can do that. Was it having different food options out? Making mealtimes fun? Involving your child in food preparation? Introducing new foods by theme? Or food play? Was there also anything that stood out to you, like, oh, but this will happen, or the problem is my child can't do this yet? Essentially, can you identify any potential challenges that your child may face with any of these suggestions? And then lastly would be to get started with any of these suggestions or to go back to teaching your child some of those prerequisite skills that will help your child, be it cooperation or flexibility, attention or imitation. You can always go back to our Autism at Home online resource portal where there are plenty of series that can help. Well, that's it. I'm sure most of you have already tried out different food play ideas to expose your child to new food. Do share these ideas with us in the comments section. We would love to hear from you. And also join us in the next lesson as we're going to go over a more formal, structured way of building your child's food tolerance. We'll see you soon. Also, we thank you for your support, and with the amount of interest we have received online, we have actually started providing online services and have worked over the years with clients in other states of Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, Philippines, China, Kuwait, New Zealand, and Switzerland. So do scan the QR code below and get in touch with us for more information. If you haven't already, do check out our free online resource platform, Autism at Home, which has all the corresponding articles and downloadables for you. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Instagram and Facebook to stay updated. Take care, and we will see you soon.